Hello my fellow viewers, Reaper here with another YouTube video of Warframe 101 series. Last series we were talking about arcanes and how you had to run through raids and bada bada bada. This series we're talking about the Codex. It's just a solo series on Codex, because Codex is actually a very vital role in Warframe itself. It is basically your go-to guide. Now, when you're on your ship, this is your cockpit, of course. So whenever you're like stumped about something or anything like that, always check right here. This is your codex. Your codex gives you information on everything. So for instance, quest, so on and so forth. And then the universe. It will tell you about the companions that you can have, and weapons for the companions, warframes. Tells you about every warframe, and the archwings, of course. You know, fractions. Now, see, this is what I like the most about codexes. If you don't know, for instance, the best damage to go for, like every fraction has its own weakness, right? But how do we figure this weakness out? Simple, codexes. So let's go to Lancer. Let's see what he's weak to. So, oh, fair enough, I haven't scanned enough of them. Keep in mind you also need to scan these people to get better results so you can know their damage and all that. But corrosive really does work pretty good on these guys, but we'll use one of these guys that are already scanned. We'll use a heavy gunner, how about that? Because they're pretty hard. So, as you can see here, favorite armor 500%, or Fahrenheit armor 500%. Puncture works well, toxic works well, and corrosive works well. Now, if you look beside it, these symbols underneath its armor, you'll see red and green. Now, the better that the actual damage type of that, what's the word I'm looking for, that status is, will have more pluses. So, puncture has 2 pluses, toxin only has 1, but however, corrosive has 3. So, I would want to rock a corrosive puncture build to take these guys down, and it would just chew through them. Now, it's cloned flesh. That requires slash, fire, and viral. As you can see, slash is only 1, fire is only 1, and viral is 3. But however, it has a strength against impact and I guess gas. I can't really see that emblem very well, but that's basically it's cloned flesh. I don't know what it means by that, but anyways, this will tell you the weaknesses of these items. So for instance, I would probably rock the Teleus Boltes because the Teleus Boltes that has puncture, and if I slide and swing my weapon, it gives off a slash proc, and I'm going to be rocking corrosive. So I'll have the damage for each one of these. So that's where your builds come into play. Now it's not just Grineers, Corpus, Infested, Unaffiliated, like, you know, every weird animal pet thing. And then, you know, your Orcan, you know, like the Corrupted and all that. And then you got your Sentinels, which I'm surprised I haven't scanned all of them. And then your Stalker, of course, the Stalker. He's his own fraction because he's that badass. But, yeah, that's how that works. And there's so much more. Like last video we were talking about how you can go in here and, for instance, look at these relics and you can see what they all drop and see where you can farm them. For instance, like its drop sources, relic packs, sentinels, or Sedza, Eris, Lua, Kuba Fortress, Direlect, Neptune, Void, Uranus, Pluto. So, I mean, you can get a lot of information from here, and this will also tell you, if you go down here, what arcanes are for. And keep in mind, the only way you can get arcanes is from raids, which is Law of Retribution or Jordan's Verdict. Now, weapons. If you're thinking about getting a weapon, always look here, because this will tell you the stats of every weapon. However, I think you might have to, nope, you don't have to use them either, because see, I haven't used that yet. But this will basically tell you what you've mastered out, because if you can see those symbols right there with the Vulker, Velka, Vexus, Teleus Boltes, Teleus Boltor, Tigris, they all have that little blue symbol. And then you see all these weapons who don't. These are the weapons I need to master up. I need to go through and build, rock out. But let's say I have a question about Twin Raga. How about that? I can go here, look, the impact is 120, the puncture is 150, the slash is 30, the accuracy is 4.9, fire rate is 2.5, critical chance is 10%, critical multipliers times 2, status is 15%, magazine is only 2, reload is 1.5, and it is a semi-auto. And then the noise is loud. Alarming means it's not stealthy. So these are basically the one-shot cannons. So, and I might actually get around to building those because those are actually pretty beefy and stat-wise. Anywho, so yeah, you can always check out the weapons here. And there's always tabs that goes to like melee and pistol, primary. That way you can organize it better. Now, mods. Got a question about a mod? Don't know what mods you should go for? Well, you can always come here. Now this is where your in-game players kind of help out, because this is where you find the drop sources. So for instance, like the drop sources for this Whirlwind is Corrupted Bombard, Heavy Gunner, Nullifier, or I can transmute. So there's those options. And I'm not sure if it has every mod in the game, per se, because I have a ton of mods. Ah, yeah, so it does. So yeah, if for instance, like if I want that, I can always go to Warframe Wiki, and I know I've had Afterburn, but I can always go to Warframe Wiki and get information on it. Like for instance, ooh, empowered blades. That interests me, so on and so forth. Yeah, as you can see, I don't have every mod in the game, which I'm working on getting every mod in the game. But I have a good bit of it. Handspring. I could have sworn I had that. And sure-footed. Wow. I might need to recheck my mod. I know I had the retribution, and I know I have speed drift. Huh. Anywho, you can always come here and see what kind of mods are in the game, because as you can tell, I haven't got all of them. I'm still working on it. But as soon as I do get all of them, I'll be probably uploading another YouTube video, and it'll probably be like an hour long of me just going through here, be like, okay, there's this one. Okay, now look at this one. Okay, now look at this one. You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, you got your codexes, which, or not your codex, but your fragments, which are basically pictures and my thoughts. But you gotta scan like so many of these fragments on, for instance, Venus, and it'll unlock this picture, and it'll tell you, hidden in entrenched mountains, peaks of Venus, the corpus practice their industrial craft. The superstructures built there are a testament of the divine corpus engineers that have settled in the region where lingering Orcan technology still moderates surface temperatures. So you can kind of get like a lore out of this, which I mean I still need to scan, but trust me, it's not like my top priority. There's training, which there's the basics, for instance. This tells you, for instance, how to move around, strafe around, sprint, dodge, and I mean it tells you basically how to get started through the game. Like as you can see, it's telling me how to use melee, how to use stealth, oh no, if I get caught, so on and so forth. And then there's the advanced movement, melee, clans, dark sectors, which I've actually used dark sectors to research, personal research, and it does help. Synthesis, crafting and foundry, upgrades and mods, damage, and sentinels. So there's that. And then the missions themselves. So an assassination, or a hijack, or a hive sabotage, Cephalon capture, survival, Lonaro, team annihilation, annihilation itself, sabotage, rescue, spy, trial, which trial are normally the raids, which I think it, or yeah, it has to be this, the raid. Yeah, this is a law of retribution raid, so it'll tell you a little, give you information on that. But yeah, there's all these. All these are missions that you play every day, so you can always get a closer, in-depth training upon it. If you read through here, you'll learn how to properly do it, especially if you're new. This is a have to do if you're new. Otherwise, you can bring your team down, which you never want to bring your team down. But, I'm trying to think if that's all. Okay, so we went through Quest, we went through the universe. Oh yeah, and I know I didn't go through the art gallery, but it's literally just art. It's kind of cool though. Like if you're bored, just want to look at something, you just go, oh wow, look at that. And these are people who actually drew art for a contest, and Warframe accepted their art as a concept art. So now Warframe copyrighted it, if I remember right. But now Warframe basically owns it, and yeah, they get to see their creation, their art, what they made right there. And it should say their name. Yeah, Nine Hopper. So right there's Nine Hopper. This one is Cassardis. Cassardis. Which is kind of cool. They always add like a little bit, and then this one is Fire Tempest. But there's the wildlife. There's fish. Can't believe it is finally fish. And then fan art. I think this might be what's been accepted. Yeah, there's a lot of cool looking pictures. I mean, like, people literally put in a lot of time in this art, and it's probably not as respected as it should be, but I mean, do keep in mind, if you are watching this video and you made some of this art, fantastic job. Fantastic job. I mean, I've always been interested in art myself. It's just I haven't been that coordinated with my drawing skills, I guess you would say. But this is just, some of these artworks are just, wow, magnificent. Like, who could imagine, you know? Like, for instance, this, like this had to take a lot of time. Like, it's really, really nice. But anywho, I guess it's time to stop gawking about art. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is basically the Codex, you know. Oh yeah, and we didn't go through objects, but this is just basically telling you about everything. Oh, cool thing though. This little death orb that everybody hates, if you jump on that with a prime warframe, bada bing bada boom. 250 energy right there. 250. So, yeah, prime warframes are pretty awesome. Anywho, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about the codexes. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess that covers everything for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys seen this as useful information or valuable, or if you just like listening to my voice, which might be a tad bit creepy. However, regardless, hit that like and subscribe button. Show me that support so I can continue uploading these videos. Let me know that you guys are actually watching. And give me a comment. Like, if I missed something, let me know. And, yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a lovely day or a lovely night, depending on your time zone. And this is Reaper, signing off.